Hi there. It has been a while, but I am back with a draft video. Legacy Cubes online for one more day, and I thought I would take this opportunity to, put out a draft video. It's been a couple of years, but I'm starting to get back into Magic, communication of various forms. I started a new podcast recently. If you haven't checked it out, do so on tbepodcast.com. But while I'm here, I might as well talk about the draft. I've opened a pack that's not actually that interesting or powerful in any way. There aren't really any cards here that I'm that excited by, so I'm actually just tempted to just take the Underground Sea and keep my various options open. Other options obviously would be Primeval Titan is pretty powerful. You can go just complete balls to the wall and take Lightning Strike, or one of the blue cards, to which my heart is closest, as you'll know if you have paid attention to any of my various writings or speakings in the last few years. But yeah, I'm just going to go with the sea. There's not any power in there that makes me desperately want to go into that colour. And yeah, again, not really the most interesting pack available, but I do like doing cool things in Cube, and Reanimation is one of said things. You'd normally go for a blue-black Reanimate deck, so it's got the fringe benefit of making my first pick live. But again, there's not really that much I could take here. I mean, Kiora's fine. This is fine in the right deck, but that's not the deck I want to be in. Flooded Strand would find my sea, but wasting my first two picks on lands, well, not wasting is the wrong word, but using up my first two picks on lands seems inefficient, to say the least. And yeah, I'm just going to take Servitude, and hopefully that's the start of something beautiful. Well, there's another Reanimate. Still not really anything that's making me want to choose a colour. Monolith, however, is pretty busted, and is basically another Reanimate because you can just cast your Fatty off it without having to put it in your graveyard first. Monolith's kind of it's one of the few cards in Legacy Cube that could easily be in Power Cube and would be good in that. So yeah, I think I'll take Monolith this time. Hopefully the Reanimate tables, but probably not gonna, hold out any hope for that. One of the things you often struggle to do in Reanimate decks is actually put the creature into the graveyard, and Looter Core does that while also digging for more, so that's pretty much the ideal card here. So yeah, let's slam that. Deep Analysis is really good when you're putting cards in the graveyard. Oh, I didn't mean to take Time Warp, but thankfully it's a playable one. I was going to take Deep Analysis there, I just wanted to talk about that Time Warp, but yeah, I was going to say that Time Warp, while a powerful effect, is not quite Time Walk, and the extra mana is actually enough to make it not actually that good. It's a fine card, but it's not busted unless your deck is very tempo based, in which case it's usually just 5 mana win the game, but you have to have a pretty good board position for that to happen. And I think I'm just going to draw some cards here. Not a whole lot in that pack that tempts me, and I still haven't really seen anything that makes me think colours are particularly open. I mean, there was Pestamite, Chain Lightning, and a white card whose name I've forgotten. They're all fine, but yeah, there's nothing really that shouts you should be in this colour, so I'm just happy to just keep forcing my first pick land effectively and just try and draft something spicy. I find that's usually actually quite a good idea in Cube, to just, draft something powerful and hope it works. Tyrande and Nighthawk are both fine, but I don't want to be just a generic control deck, which those would both be quite good in. I think I'd rather take the card that is good with my plan, which is just stick a Fatty and make sure they don't kill it. So taking removal out of their hand seems like a good plan. I'll take Inquisition. And Psychotog's kind of a Fatty, but yeah, I mean, in a generic control deck that I was just speaking about not wanting to be, this is great, but it's also good in Reanimation obviously because it discards stuff. It's a really good early game blocker when you're not that bothered about discarding cards in your hand, because Reanimate wants that to happen, so Psychotog kind of has double value in this kind of deck. So yeah, that's pretty much the ideal card to pick up here. I would quite like Shriekmaw and Consuming Vapors, but you can't have everything. And yeah, it's another looter is, yeah, ideal. I can't really complain about that. I guess I'm trying to think what actually went from this pack. I remember there being a lot left troll there, so someone's in green black and not green white, but this Primeval's gone, obviously. I can't really remember any other good cards in the pack, but I think I would have taken looter over a lot of these, especially considering Bone Split is quite good too. But yeah, I don't really know what people took out of that tells me anything about the draft. I guess they're much the same, these two for me. Hypnotic Spectre's probably better against me, this one's better for me, but I'm not even sure I would play it, but tough call. I'll go with Spectre because I'd rather not play against it. And yeah, Stroke of Genius is fine, particularly good with Grim Monolith, but just in general a decent card when you're playing some kind of expensive blue-black deck. I don't think Hex Mage does much for my reanimate plan. I can't seem to enlarge it, but I'll go for the Godless Shrine for now. You definitely used to be able to enlarge cards by double clicking, and by used to I mean literally yesterday, so I'm not sure what's happened there. Maybe something's gone on wrong with my mouse, but either way, not too bothered about Chainwalk. I've already got a Godless Shrine, so I might end up splashing white for some reason or other, so I might as well just keep taking potential white splashes. And the Irrelevant Krenko's command. Straight to the board with you. I've actually got, I suppose that one. I was going to say I've got no cards that I wouldn't want to play at the moment, but I am very much lacking in actual reanimate targets or actual reanimate spells. The reanimate the card didn't come back, which is slightly worrying, but hopefully that won't be too much of an issue. Now Entomb is pretty good in this kind of deck, but like I was saying, I don't actually have any targets, so I might just have to take the Massacre Worm here. It's not the best reanimate target, but it deals with a lot of opponents' openings. I would also really like that Archmage, but there's no way in hell that that's tabling, so I'll just have to deal with the fact that I won't get it. I'd also obviously quite like the Watery Grave, which might table, but this pack's not that powerful, so I think it's unlikely. Still not a lot here that I would be happy to play, and I'm tempted to just take that Drowned Catacomb. My mana base isn't ideal at the moment now they've got the triple black and the reasonable ability to cast it, so I might actually just take this Drowned Catacomb. I could also take the Verdant Catacombs, which would open up, I mean obviously it finds the God of the Underground Sea, but it also opens up the possibility of finding a Godless Shrine if I do splash white, but I think it's better to just stick with the Drowned Catacomb for now. I don't think it makes too much difference either way. Other options being Necrotot and Doomblade, but they're both kind of fine but not amazing, so I'll take the fix while I still can. Sheoldred and Kaiga are both very good reanimate targets, but I think Sheoldred is better, especially because it obviously once it's in the graveyard it then sends all your other stuff back, so yeah, I'll go for that. Profane Command is kind of a reanimate spell, but not in the sense that it does what you want from a reanimate spell, which is play the creature for cheaper, because obviously it plays it for more than it actually costs. It's more of an aggressive reanimate spell. And so at this point I guess it's a tie between Bitter Blossom and Profane Command. I guess Bitter Blossom's just better for the kind of deck that I want, which is keep yourself alive until you reanimate something big. So yeah, I'll go for that. And that's a good card, but not really in my deck, because I don't really have any creatures. I guess Mesmeric Fiend does what I want to do, which is, again, stop them from dealing with my effective combo, so yeah, I'll just take that. Could I splash green? No, not really at the moment. I'll just take Sakashima, whatever it's called. I can't see the full name because... oh, it says it right there. Sakashima student. It's quite annoying that I can't enlarge cards. That definitely used to be a thing. And I'm not sure why it won't let me do it right now. No, using the other mouse doesn't work either. I'll have to complain to the wizards about that, or if anyone knows why it's not working, then please do let me know. Oh, it looks like Magic Online. Oh no, I was going to say it looked like Magic Online in general wasn't working anymore. As much as I want Thoughtseize, I do quite like Baleful Strix, or Malicious Large Owl as they'll say in Japanese. That will make more sense if you do listen to my podcast, but yeah, I'll just take the Malicious Large Owl for now. Again, it does what I want to do, which is keep me alive until my combo by both drawing to the combo and then stopping their creatures from attacking me. Dark Ritual can be a broken card in the right deck, but here it's not really doing much for me. It's often going to be a mulligan, but having said that, there's not really a lot in here that I could play, I guess. There's a small chance of Garruk tables, in which case I might take Llanowar Wastes. Yeah, I'm never going to play Dark Ritual, so I might as well just take the Wastes. And that's pretty good. The Watery Grave came back. I don't have any useful wizards to return, so yeah, I'll just take the Watery Grave. And oh, I got Doomblade and Necrotar back. And I'm not actually sure which one I want. I think Necrotar's better because, well, it's more card advantage, and I also might get something like Recurring Nightmare, which is obviously really good with it. Yeah, I'll just keep taking mana fix and not have to worry about ever being colour screwed on anything. Oh, and the Profane Command came back as well. Ideal. Now both of these I guess would be fine, but Precursor Golem I think opens me up to being prone to otherwise dead cards against me, so yeah, judging by the fact that all those black cards came round really late, I mean it's quite fair to assume that black is very much open, at least on my left, especially with the blue-black lands, so if there are any blue-black goodies come in the next pack, I should be able to get them. But having said that, the Reanimate in pack 1 didn't wheel, so I'm worried that I am fighting for that. The Darkened Shackles is one of the best cards in the cube. And even though I would like a counter spell, there's no reason not to just take that. Going by the last pack, the Ultimate Price Mark table, and that would be a good result. But I imagine the other cards to go until then would be, say, Natural Order, Elspeth. Yeah, this pack's pretty weak actually. Yeah, I don't think I'll table anything useful, but still nothing to actually bring my creatures back, so I guess I don't really need Vent, so I'd rather just dig into the few combo pieces that I do have. I mean, at this point I'm not really a combo deck, I'm just turning into a blue-black control deck, but Impulse is good in both. So yeah, I'll just take that. The Mythic. Still nothing spicy, so guess I'll just take Daze. It's never a bad card, really. Well, that's a lie, it's a bad card if they never tap out, but they're less likely to tap out if you tap out yourself. With cards like Force Spike and Mana Tithe, it's fairly obvious you have them if you just randomly leave one white or one blue mana up all the time, but yeah, with that one it's much easier to get people. Let's go for Remove Soul. Angel Serenity is, I mean, it's the kind of thing you would want to reanimate, but like I said at this point, I'm not really a reanimate deck anymore because I only got the one Diabolical Servitude. So yeah, I'll just take the generic control card. Oh, that's a shame. Hopefully I'll table the Angel Serenity either way, but yeah, might as well take the Dread Return here. This deck's not the best, but it's definitely got potential. Usually with this kind of deck you can just get draws where you end up doing absolutely nothing, but I do have quite a lot of early card draw and kind of things to do in the early turn, so I hopefully won't get too many clunky draws. Kukucha's decent, whether reanimating or not, so yeah. Play it. Might as well. Ooh, Soul of Innistrad. That kind of works too. Yeah, it looks like I'm going to be more of a grindy reanimate deck than an actual reanimate deck, but either way, that's fine. I'm not sure I really want Damnation because I have a few early creatures, and Far Away is just a generally decent card, so yeah. Why not? Could have snapped up the Deceiver Exarch to try and stop the combo of the Kijiki I passed earlier, but Far Away deals with that combo anyway, so not too bothered by that. And as expected, the ultimate price tabled, but do I actually want it? Oh, I'm surprised that's still there. I wonder what actually went from this pack. Yeah, I'm really not sure what's happening in this draft. I guess people took a lot of lands. I guess I don't really want Chalice. I don't really have much to ramp into other than these guys. So yeah, I'll just take the ultimate price in case I do face against some rather aggressive decks. That's probably the card that worries me the most out of these. And I don't think any of these worry me particularly. If someone had a combo with that, they would have taken it at this point. I guess just the most aggressive one. Sphinx's. I keep trying to expand cards. Sphinx's Rev without the life gain is slightly less powerful, but I think it's still decent. Take an Efreet, but I doubt I'll play it because I'm already cutting quite a lot of cards at the moment. That's probably the most annoying card by far, so yeah, cut that. You can get out of here. I might actually cut this Grim Monolith. I don't particularly need it. I guess that can get out of here. This figure's good in specific matchups and basically dead in others, so I don't particularly want it. I'm not sure if I really want Sakashima. And I'll probably cut one of these 6-drops. In fact, I probably don't want that Daze or that remove, so I think I just want to go all out proactive. Just so that I know that my 2-drop will be a decent card. See, the trouble here with Grim Monolith is that a lot of my cards are either really cheap or really expensive, so it's good with these specific cards, but bad otherwise, because obviously once you've used it, that's it. I'm not really sure what to cut. Quite like all the other cards here. I guess Time Warp can go. It's not doing a lot in my deck, and I don't have any Planeswalkers or anything similar. No Suspend, no Planeswalkers, so yeah, I don't really need it. And looking to cut one more card, it might just be the Grim Monolith, although no, it is good with these cards and it is good with Stroke of Genius. Might be the Hypnotic Spectre. Yeah, let's get rid of that. See how that goes. Yeah, this deck's not really that focused in terms of what it wants to be doing, which is obviously just discard it, shoulder it early and then pump it out, but I think it's decent. It's got enough 2-drops that it won't just randomly lose games, hopefully, and it's got quite a lot of power. Not too sure about the Sakashima. I think that'll probably be one of the first cards to get cut, but I'll leave it in for now. Put in all my fix. Add some basic lands. I want quite a lot of islands, even though there's a lot of blue just because of my shackles, so I think I'll go down on what it's recommending. 7, 8, 9, 10. 11 black sources is more than enough. And I've got 9 islands. I might even go to... yeah, I'll go to 10 black sources. Ideally Massacre Worm's coming in off a reanimate spell anyway, so yeah, I'll just go for that. And see you for round 1.